Today I'm going to go over the quarter two practice tests. And this practice test has 30 questions, so I'll try to go as fast as I can, and most of it I'll just, try to show you what you need to remember, or which formula you guys gonna use. Then you should be able to complete it. And if you complete the study question, when you take the practice test, this should be easy for you. So number one says, given point P, 3 and 2, which of the following point is 5 units away from point P? So we know, so this is, you can do it on a coordinate grid. So what they're saying is if you have a graph and you have 3 and 2 is probably here, this is 3 and 2, they want to know which point out of this choice that they give you is 5 units away. So if you take 7 and -1, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -1, is this if the distance between from here to here, is it going to be 5? That's the question they're asking. So you can kind of do a square, b square, and it's going to give you c squared. So that's what you can kind of do to make sure. And you already know this is going to be 7 and -1, so you can do the distance formula to find it. Okay, so that's the graphing method. And I think this would be the easy way to do it, because once I know this, I would know the distance from -1 to +2 is going to be 3, right? -1 to positive is then from +3 to 7 is going to be 4. So what I have to do is 3 squared plus 4 squared, is it equal to 5 squared? That's what we wanted to know. And I'm just going to put a question mark here because I don't know. 3 squared gives you 9, 4 squared gives you 16. Combine, it gives you what? 25 equals to c squared, right? So the square root of 25 would be 5. So this happened to be the first one. I usually don't want to do the answer, but that's what you have to do. Just plot it, and if this didn't work, then you do -1, -1, which would have been -1, -1 was here. Then you do the distance from here to here and see if this is going to be 5 by doing a square, b square, is it equal to c square? So since we just finished right triangles, I think this would be the easy way of doing it. All right, number 2, it says the midpoint M is 2 and 4 would not be the midpoint of the line segment with endpoints what? So this is would not be. So 3 of them would have a midpoint of 2, 4, but 1 of them would not be. So remember midpoint formula? Point. So you have to do, so this is something you have to memorize. It would not be given to you on the SOL test or when you take your first quarter test. So this is going back to unit 1. So it's x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So you have to do it for each one of them. And I'll do it for A. So this is my x1, this is my y1, x2, y2. So I'm adding x1 plus x2. So I'm adding -1 plus 4. Divide that by 2, comma, and y1 is 3 plus 3, right? That is 3 or 5. Let me see. Oh, that's 5. Sorry. This is going to be, let me erase the whole thing. 5 plus 3 divided by 2. So -1 plus 4 is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 3 over 2, right? Comma, 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I guess again we find the answer. It says which would not be the 2 and 4 would not be the midpoint for which of this. So it's going to be this one. So apparently this one would have 2 and 4. So 4 plus 0 divided by 2, that would give you 2, right? Then 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 divided by, so everything else would give you 2 and 4 except A. All right, number 3, the complement of x, measure study 7, which is the supplement of x. So the complementary angles equals to what? if you guys remember, 90 degree, right? And supplementary equals to 180. So x, the complement of x, meaning x plus 37 has to give you 90 degree, right? That's what it means. The complement of x measures 37. So the complement with x plus 37 is going to give you 90. Then this number, whatever you got here, plus x, no, this number plus and which is the supplement of x. So once you find x, you subtract it from 180. So bring it here and put subtract what you got here, subtract it from 180, and you guys will be able to find it. And of course, choose the answers from here. Number 4, I guess there's multiple choice down here. No, I guess. All right, so you probably have a free respond question then. All right, number 4, it says, what is the length of ST? So for ST, so length, you can use both method, which is x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And when you do this, the important is to name this, label them x1, y1, x2, y2, then you just plug it in, find it. Or since we just finished going through right triangles, you can also use this, the hypotenuse of the big right triangles, right? So I'm gonna put my line, so this would be my A, this would be my B. And again, I understand you guys are taking this test on a computer, so it might not be easy for you to graph it like this, but take the time, get a piece of paper, measure it, and find, put those S and T in and count. So all I have to do is know what the length of A is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 8 here. Then my vertical distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So all I have to do is 17 squared. Sorry about that. 17 squared plus 8 squared equals to C squared. So C would be ST, and you guys can find it that way. All right, number 5. All right, this is also unit 1, using the following diagram. What's the value of x? So I hope by now you guys know this. Every time you see a straight line, the angle is going to be what? 180 degree, right? So this is a linear pair. So all you have to do is 6x plus 9 plus 2x plus 11 equals to 180. After you solve, you always go back and read. The question is asking you to solve for x. Once you solve for x, you don't need to do anything. That's all what you have to do, okay? Number 6. Okay, so the next page. All right, so this is into our Venn diagram. Which Venn diagram, which is unit 2, which Venn diagram represent the following statement? All wedges are brown. So all, if then, right? This is your P, this is your Q, remember? So P is always inside Q. So all of this are brown inside the bigger circle. So you gotta pick which one matches that. All right, next page. Number 7 is another logic problem. Given the following statement, P is X's even number, Q is X is a prime number, which would be the following statement translated using symbols. So remember, P and Q are given. When you see the arrow, it is if then, yeah. And if you see this wiggly line, it means not. And I'm just since we are here, this is or, and this is end. And the 3 dots is therefore. So if you guys, I just wanted to refresh your mind on this one. So if X is not prime number, so this is P, they added not, then, so they have to use the arrow, X is even numbers. So no, sorry. If X is not prime numbers, what they use. So they use Q first, right? Q was here, but they added the not. Then X is even number. The P left it as it is. So pick which one is going to be the right answer. Number 8. If it is summer, then my friend and I are at the pool. Given the conditional statement above, which of the following statement is the contrapositive? Remember, if I have P and Q, this is my conditional. Contrapositive is where I do both. I flip and I negate. That means I add not into both. So the way I start, if my friend and I are not at the pool, then it is not summer, is what you have to do. Number 9, given the following conditional statement is represented by P, if P then Q. If you are a geometry teacher, then you are a female. What is the symbolic representation of if you are not a geometry teacher, then you are not female? So based on what we just went over, I think you guys can do this without any problem. All right, number 10 is also logic. So this one is you have to take a little bit time to do it. This Venn diagram represents student who played sport at school. So the sports, soccer, tennis, and lacrosse. Identify each region of the Venn diagram that represents student who plays just one sport. Just one sport. So we have just one sport. So here I got, you probably have to shade it. Is that what it is? Yeah, so this is kind of a shaded region, but all you had to do is one sport would be, so soccer. So the players right here is only going to play soccer. And also the players right here, the circle is going to be tennis. And the players right here will be playing lacrosse. Okay, so those are the one you have to circle. Oh, this is to identify who just. So you just have to click it, I think, on your on the computer. All right, you are given the following true statement. So P and Q. If P then Q, which of the following must also be true? Remember, logically equivalent. So I will do this. If P and Q was given, it's always going to be not. All right, so PQ. So logically equivalent always would be not Q, not P. Okay, it's the contrapositive. Conditional contrapositive as logically equivalent. And if I have the converse, meaning if I have it this way, then the inverse would be logically equivalent, which is, so they are the same. They will have the same true value. The conditional and the contrapositive will have the same true value. So pick the one that matches. All right, number 12. You are given the following true statement. If an animal is a clownfish, then it swims. Which of the following must be true statement? So based on what they gave you, remember, if P, then Q, that means P goes inside the smaller circle, Q goes outside the smaller circle. So based on this, which one is it going to be the same? So it's the same kind of problem as the one on top, which is number 11. All right, number 13. Consider the following statement. Let M represent A and B are adjacent. Let N represent A and B are supplementary. Let O represent A and B form a linear pair. So they use three different symbols to three different sentences with M N, and O. So which of the is the verbal translation of the symbolic argument below? So before I even look at my choice, I'll just translate. I'll rewrite this, like in terms of, so that I can actually know what they are. So I know this is going to be what? And I know this is going to be if and only if, right? That's what it is, or sometimes you can write it as IFF. I know this is going to be not this, and this is going to be not. This three dots is therefore. So every time you see, like I'll look at it, see therefore, that's what this is. Um, and M, and again, this is another and. So take your time. Once you know what the symbolic notation means, the words are given, the sentences are given on top, you should be able to figure it out without any problem. All right. Number 14. Now we are in unit 3. And by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, this quarter test is between unit 1 to 5. So it doesn't include any of the right triangle, or I think it includes a little bit of similar triangles. So in this case, in this drawing, A and B are parallel and C and D are parallel. Which angle is not necessarily congruent to 7? Okay, so 7 is this acute angle, right? Looks like an acute angle. So I know 7, 4 are going to be congruent because they are vertical. Then I know 7 and 12 are going to be congruent because they're alternate interior angle. And 15 is going to be congruent to 12, or I can even have 7 and 15 are going to be my corresponding angles. So remember, you have done this a long time ago. I think we did this in October, maybe in November. So make sure you go back and review it. So another thing I know is, since I know this line here, B is parallel to A, I can say, okay, this is congruent to this. Remember your alternate interior angle, which is congruent to this, and congruent to this. So all the green ones are going to be congruent. They're going to be the same as angle 7. So 5, yes, is congruent. 11, no. So these two would be supplementary, linear pairs, right? Not linear pairs, consecutive angles. They're going to add up to 180. So 7 and 11 are not going to be congruent. So then you're going to pick that one. All right. Number 15 is also a parallel line problem. It says click the box to select each parallel line. So this might have more than one answer, but remember, to determine if two lines are parallel, they need to be congruent or they need to be supplementary, right? Congruent or supplementary. So I know 112 and no 112, 122, 122 are congruent. They are the same number. So I know M is going to be parallel to P. This is 62, this is 58. They're not going to be congruent, so I know they're not. But I also have to check if they're going to be supplementary. So I'll do 122 plus 62. Is it going to give you 180? No, this is not going to give us 180, right? Then I'll check is 122 plus 58. Is it going to give me 180? 8 plus 2 is 10. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, this gives me 180. So 122 and 58 are going to be supplementary angles. So then Q would also be added to this. So when we have problem like this, make sure you pick M, P, and Q. If you only pick M and P or M and Q, but you forgot one of them, the whole choice will be wrong. So this is something you have to select all of the three that applies. So I did 1 to 15, so I'm going to stop right here because it's about to be 20 minutes. I don't want the whole thing to take 40 minutes. So I'll stop there here, and then I'll do 16 to 30 on the next video. Okay, so if you like the video, make sure you like it, or put a comment if you want me to change anything, or do something a little bit more. Put a comment so that I can try to do better next time. I hope you guys will do great on this quarter test we'll be taking.